Good evening, I'm Camelia and this is KiniNews. The court today recorded the objection raised by the lawyer representing her mother of autistic boy Zayn Rayyan Abdul Matiin against the police's request to obtain her guilty plea in the investigation of his murder case. The mother of autistic boy Zayn Rayyan Abdul Matiin did not make any plea to the Petaling Jaya magistrate court during the closed-door proceedings today. This is according to her counsels Fahmi Abdul Moin and Mahmud Jumaat. According to Bernama, Mahmud, who is representing the child's mother, told reporters outside the court complex that his client did not make any plea and only provided testimony before the court. He said the court also recorded the objection raised by the lawyers against the police's request to obtain her guilty plea before the court today in the investigation of Zayn Rayyan's murder case. He said even if a guilty plea is obtained during the investigation, it is not admissible during the trial unless it is recorded before a magistrate. Meanwhile, Fahmi said that there is no specific provision for making such a request and it is highly prejudicial to the woman concerned. On December 6 last year, the body of 6-year-old Zayn Rayan was found in a stream near his home at Idaman Damansara Damai Apartments here after he was reported missing a day earlier. His parents were arrested on May 31st around Puncak Alam, Selangor, and their 13-day remand period ends tomorrow. Anwar's political secretary has defended the diesel subsidy rationalization. He said the government cannot always take populist measures. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's political secretary Muhammad Kamil Abdul Munim has defended the government's move to implement targeted subsidies. When asked for comments on the decision, Kamil said the government today will not take populist measures because they need to take bolder and more responsible steps to restore Malaysia's fiscal position and the current economy. He added that he believes they need to take a more rational and reasonable approach. He said they need to restore confidence, improve the administrative system, and review management and governance. He told Malaysia Kini that they are streamlining this one by one and God willing, in the midterm, we will witness changes in the standard of living and welfare of the people, including the business sector and so on. Kamil also denied claims from opposition leaders that the government's action burdens the people. He said there are accusations that the country's economy is messed up, and this is a perception created by the opposition leadership which does not contribute to the efforts of the current government to restore and empower the economy. Elaborating further, Kamil said the government's savings from subsidy rationalization are being channeled to develop education, health and other sectors. Today is the last day of the exclusive offer for you to subscribe or renew your Malaysia Kini package with a 25% off promotion. If you haven't yet, click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to enjoy it. Moving on, Gerakan has slammed the government over an allocation ahead of the Sungai Bakap polls. Gerakan has slammed Housing and Local Government Minister Ming's announcement of 18 million ringgit in funding for various projects in South Seberang Perai, Penang, under the Sentuhan Kasih program. This is as it comes ahead of the Sungai Bakap by-election. In a statement, its president Dominic Lau said Nga's announcement can be looked at as an attempt to buy votes under the pretext of carrying out responsibility. He added that it is an act to impose undue influence on the constituency's voters before the July 6 polls. Lau also slammed Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, who had provided 290,000 ringgit in donations to 9 mosques and 20 surau in the Sungai Bakap state constituency in conjunction with Hari Raya Aidil Adha next Monday. He said all this was done just to stay in power and position. Lau added that this causes a great inequality between the government and the opposition in the election arena. With this, he called on them to immediately cease such acts to provide a level playing field for the government and the opposition. Lau also urged the government to draft comprehensive guidelines regarding the ethics of interim and non-interim governments during the election period as soon as Parliament or a state legislative assembly is dissolved. The Attorney General will be objecting against the legal bid by Daim and his family to recover and unfreeze their bank accounts. A lawyer from the AGC informed the court of their intent today. The Attorney General will object against an application by former Finance Minister Daim and his family for court leave to commence with a judicial review to recover and unfreeze their bank accounts. Senior Federal Counsel Shamsul Bol Hassan, who is from the Attorney General's chambers and acting for Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and the government, informed the Kuala Lumpur High Court of their intent to object against the legal bid. The court then set August 8th for a hearing of Daim and his family's bid for judicial review leave. On June 6, Daim and 23 other applicants, which included his wife Naima Abdul Khalid, his 4 children, and 18 companies, filed the judicial review leave application. Besides Anwar and the MACC, the judicial review named 4 other respondents, including the Anti-Graft Agency's Chief Commissioner Azam Baki and the federal government. According to Naima's supporting affidavit, the applicants contended that they had been negatively jeopardized on the macro and micro scale due to the respondents' various actions, including the seizure and freezing of the accounts. Bersatu said they will be filing a notice of vacancy for the seats of 7 Bersatu representatives this week. All 7 representatives had declared support for the ruling Madani coalition. Bersatu will submit the notice of vacancy for the seats of 7 Bersatu representatives whose memberships were voided this week. This is according to Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin. However, he said that his party will first inform the affected representatives soon.
Kita akan memberi makluman atau menyampaikan perkara itu kepada Speaker Parlimen Malaysia mengenai kes 6 ahli parlimen dan Speaker Dewan Undangan Negeri Selangor dan juga Negeri Kelantan terhadap 2 adun yang berkaitan di Selat Kelang dan juga di Nenggiri di Kelantan. Ini susulan daripada keputusan yang telah pun dibuat oleh Bersatu, pindaan perlembagaan yang telah diluluskan oleh ROS dan langkah-langkah yang telah pun kita ambil, semuanya atas nasihat peguam yang kita anggap sudah teratur dan kita akan hantar surat itu pada Speaker tidak berapa lama lagi.
Previously, the 7 had declared support for the ruling Madani coalition. Bersatu then amended their party rules in which those who go against the party are deemed to have forfeited their membership. The 7 were then asked to affirm their loyalty to the party but reportedly did not do so, which triggered the termination clause. LFL has demanded for the government to step in and ensure that a proper inquiry is made regarding allegations of misconduct against the MACC. Lawyers for Liberty has demanded government intervention to probe the MACC over alleged misconduct on the detention of 2 lawyers acting for a client in a property dispute. In a statement this morning, LFL Executive Director Zaid Malik responded to MACC Chief Commissioner Azam Baki for the anti-graft body's denial of alleged intimidation, harassment and interference with the public's right to legal representation. He said it is unacceptable for Azam to outright deny the lawyers' complaints before even making any inquiry into their allegations. Among others, Zaid claimed that this suggests that the MACC is not interested in finding out the truth or the real facts of the matter. He also pointed out that lawyer Lai Chi Ho was never the chairperson or a member of the said Joint Management Committee as falsely claimed by Azam in his response yesterday. He said Lai was merely acting as the lawyer for said JMC at the material time. Zaid further alleged that the MACC had extensively questioned the lawyers about the legal case in which they were involved, which is in violation of lawyer-client privilege. Yesterday, LFL said Lai was detained from June 4th to June 6th, while lawyer Erwin Law was investigated in an MACC probe. Without naming names, the MACC had said that those detained during an operation on June 4th were among the prime suspects in an embezzlement case. The MACC had also denied claims of attempts to obtain information related to the lawyers' clients. That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.